Alright everybody, if you can hear me well, make sure that you press F in the chat. And yes, let me tell you, I couldn't resist playing that Bugs Bunny quip again. But yes, happy 2025 everybody. Once again, let me know if you can hear me clearly. In the meantime, I welcome everybody who's here thus far. Inky, nice to have you as always. As well as you too, Deidre. And also Plus Boo EP, yes. How's my fellow Berryhead doing? And who else? Daniel, I think I welcome you. In case not, yes. Nice to have you here as always too. And Zeke, yes, Happy New Year, my boys. And the media guy, yes, nice to have you here as well. Can you believe that it's gonna be 5 years since I started doing these live streams, and I remember you've always been one of my dedicated viewers of those streams, back when you were known as Dexter the Nostalgia Tunester. And who else? Norbert, yes, nice to have you here too. Yes, you can hear me clearly, that's awesome. And Valentunes. And who else am I missing? I think I welcome everybody who's here thus far. Oh, awesome! So you got the complete series of Dexter's Laboratory 2, Deidre. Yes, that happens to be what I'm playing in the background as we speak. Yes, I'm so grateful to have that, even though it's not perfect in terms of the presentation. Like, the episodes are out of order, and I hear it's because apparently it's exactly how it is on HBO Max. So I still know there's some sort of catch to releasing the show in North America on physical media in this day and age, but I'm grateful regardless. Yes, so Possible is saying that your fellow Berryhead is doing good. Recently, Joanna Davidovich took a liking to the latest Total Request 50 poster, including the Wild West one that I was in. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like my OC Sage Braxton was featured in Plus Blue's poster to promote Joanna Davidovich's upcoming 50th drawing request stream. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that you're a fan of my character Plus Blue. Oh yeah, I saw on Instagram that you got the Wild Sorbberries and also Ren and Stimpy and seasons 4 through 8 of SpongeBob this Christmas, Norbert. Yes. Happy that your Nicktoon collection is growing. Let's see. Zeke is saying missed opportunity for the 16th episode to be called Night of the Living Dude. Oh yeah, it's called Dude of the Living Dead. That's the name of the Halloween special for 16, which I have a poster for. And yes, thank you. Let me see. Forgive me if I say your name incorrectly. Kalia Mayo Seekins Bio. Thank you for saying that my art's cool, and I hear that you're a recent subscriber. Thank you for that. And yeah, those are some awesome gifts that you have, Valentunes. A keyboard, Blue speakers, so forth. Oh, SpongeBoy, yes, nice to have you here as always. And yes, man, yes, Happy New Year to you too, pal. Yeah, the episode that's playing right now is Fillet of Soul. Ethan, I forgot to welcome you. Yes, I've definitely heard of Between the Lions. I grew up watching it on PBS Kids many years ago. It's been a long time since I revisited though. I think of it's very similar to Sesame Street in terms of production crew and format. It's basically Sesame Street at a library, and I think of it like how you have The Critic, which is not a direct Simpsons spin-off, but it's very associated with it in terms of the production crew. Between the Lions and Sesame Street, they have those similarities as well. Yes, Norbert, I absolutely love Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff, and that's why it's called Cliffhanger. Can't hold on much longer. Yes, exactly. Yeah, Plus Boo was quoted him too. Alright, so already we have a great conversation going, but I just want to get things started with what the main topic of this stream is, which, as you can tell on my little slideshow that is beside me, we're gonna be looking back at some moments that happened mostly on the animation side of things that happened in 2024, both the good and the bad, and the so-so, like the stuff that's in between. And if there's anything that I'm missing, feel free to say in the chat what moments that I should bring up in case I'm missing any. I know I asked you guys in the community tab what are some best and worst moments of 2024 in animation, and I included a majority of what you mentioned. I might have missed some, but feel free to mention them in the chat anyway. Let's see. And yes, we lost an absolutely large amount of great people in 2024 Sponge Boy. And yes, after we discuss like mainly the stuff that's featured in the slideshow, then we will do a in memoriam section. And if we have time after that, I may do a little bit of New Year's Day doodling. I won't be taking any requests. That will be reserved for maybe another stream in the future, but no requests for this stream if I have the time to doodle at all, just something that I have in mind. So yeah, so let's get started with our discussion. The stuff we're playing at the stuff is playing at random, well, it's just playing by itself, so let me just bring it to the beginning and kind of talk about what's being listed in the slideshow based on when I uploaded it. Let's see. Okay, so first thing we have here in the slideshow is Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which I haven't seen it, but I've seen most of the first live action movie from 2020, and it was decent. I like Sonic himself, like, he definitely looks better than how he did in the teaser trailer from 2019, and also Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, or is he Robotnik or Eggman in the live action movies? I'm trying to remember. Well yeah, I haven't seen the third one yet, and I might have played the second one as background noise, and I appreciate the second one for having Idris Elba as Knuckles. And also nice to have Tails in there too, and Keanu Reeves is the voice of Shadow the Hedgehog in this latest sequel. Let's see. Yes, Golden Diskette is the episode that's currently playing right now too. It's the one with Professor Hawk. Yes. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh yeah, Popeye is in the public domain. Yeah, thank you for reminding me, Inky. Also, Plain Crazy is in the public domain as well, which, in case you didn't know, is the first Mickey Mouse cartoon that was produced, but not the first one to be released in theaters, because, you know, Walt Disney was having a hard time trying to sell it, especially at a time when sound film was being popular. So he, with his third produced short, Steamboat Willie, that became a success. That was Mickey's first short to be public, and Plain Crazy came out like a year later with sound. But I don't hear as much buzz about Plain Crazy being in the public domain. I know it's not as popular though, and Disney themselves, I don't know, they rarely want to acknowledge it. I don't know, maybe because Mickey's more of a jerk in certain ways, compared to how he is like in Steamboat Willie. Even though in Steamboat Willie, like, he's making instruments out of live animals, which I guess is not as bad as what he tries to do to Minnie and Plain Crazy, but yeah, I'm still hoping that for history's sake, it'll be on Disney Plus soon. Oh, let's see. See if I'm missing anything here. Oh yeah, the best bro is quoting Ugly Sonic. Meow. Well, I guess Sonic in the finalized version of the first movie says that too. Okay, what else do we have? Yes, Smile and Friends Season 2. Yes, after Yeah, I think we waited like 2 years for a new season of Smile and Friends, and it was really worth the wait. It was just as funny as the first one. And Gwynboy, who you see right now, I really love Gwynboy in the first episode. Like the funniest thing about him is the clip that you're seeing right now with him running up to the boss for the video game company he was working for, and he's trying to run up to the computer screen. No, not to the computer screen, but to basically us to the viewer from the first person point of view. And I love the way his voice quality just cracks as he gets closer. Yes, Gwynboy was a highlight. That whole season was a highlight of Adult Swim for sure. And I love how Alan, the tall red guy, had more attention in this season than he did in the last one too. Because I really like how he was in the original pilot episode, which I can't believe that's going to be 5 years old, that pilot episode of Smile and Friends. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, I forgot to answer your question, Zeke. If I heard about Pokemon collaborating with Aardman, no, I don't think I have heard of it yet, but speaking of Aardman, there is something about it that I will be bringing up soon. Oh, what's that? Oh, Albar 3000, welcome. What's that cartoon? Oh, it's Smile and Friends, which is the most popular Adult Swim cartoon right now. Oh, let's see. If I'm gonna Norbert's accent, if I'm gonna be going over all of the art streams, if I'm gonna be doing all the commissions that I did in 2024, like what I did before, unfortunately, Norbert, I haven't gotten the time to have that prepared for this stream, but obviously you deserve like a huge thank you for your support in 2024, especially like I mentioned like during my stream on American Thanksgiving. I absolutely appreciate how you were like the first to be interested in my review requests, which has already proved to be like just as popular as my drawing requests, the full card requests. So yeah, obviously to everybody who commissioned me on Coffee, you deserve two big thumbs up, and expect to see more awesome support from you guys in 2025. Oh yeah, that's right, SpongeBoy. Doug Walker, aka the Nostalgia Critic, did make a cameo in Smile and Friends Season 2. That surprised me as well. Oh yeah, Turner YouTube System 2nd saying Dexter's Laboratory jokes about Jimmy Carter. Yeah, I know, like I was watching that episode and then I heard the news that Jimmy Carter passed away after being an entire century old. Oh, let's see. The Spuds Boys say that reminds me that they're able to get Gilbert Gottfried in the season 1 finale of Smile and Friends, excluding the Brazil special. Yes, this was one of his last voiceover roles, like when he played God in that Christmas episode. Oh yeah, and just want to briefly acknowledge that yes, finally, the TAC Communications Company logo was found, finally, after years and years of like being tricked into thinking, oh, is this the TAC logo? No, it's just another hypothetical remake of it. But yes, thank you for reminding me that it's a sweet victory for the logo community. Yes, you're absolutely welcome. Norbert saying that you're welcome, and yes, I did 3 so far for you, and 1 is on the way. I'm not gonna tell you what the next review request for Norbert is just yet, but trust me, it will be on a cartoon that I'm sure that a lot of you guys are aware of and like. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Jimmy Carter did what June Foray and Betty White couldn't, make it to his 100th birthday. Let's hope the same could be said for Dick Van Dyke. Yes, absolutely. I love how Dick Van Dyke is still with us to this day. And I did watch a documentary on Mary Poppins on Disney Plus recently. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, we have the Garfield movie that was released in May of last year. I haven't seen it yet, but I am aware of people not being interested that, oh great, Chris Pratt is in another anime movie. Like, okay, he was good as Emmett from the Lego movie because Emmett is supposed to be an average Joe, but when voicing more established characters like Mario and Garfield over here, then I don't know, it doesn't work as well. Like, that's what people are saying. Yeah, I haven't seen the new Garfield movie yet, but I don't know, I want to form my own opinion on it, because the animation looks good, and I do like seeing Garfield as a kitten as I've seen in the trailers. Oh, maybe, I have a feeling that it'll be better than the Bill Murray movie from 2004. Something that even Bill Murray himself regrets. Who remembers Clone High? Yes, I remember it. I still haven't watched all of season 1 yet, and yet I watched the entirety of the first HBO Max season back in 2023. I still need to finish season 3 of it as well, which is technically season 2 of the revival. Yeah, it's unfortunate that Clone High had to be cancelled again. I don't know, maybe we have to wait like 20 years for it to return as well. Yeah, Daniel saying, I see how you used the Garfield quote from the movie. Yes, exactly. It's just a gift that I found. Okay, yeah. So Norbert, I'll explain what I mean about Bill Murray. Let me see. There was a movie, I forgot the name of it, and Bill Murray's in it, and then a girl is asking him or his character like, "Do you have any regrets?" And then Bill Murray saying, "Garfield, baby." Yes. Yeah, so that's what I was referring to, Norbert. And one more thing I want to mention about the movie, with the new Garfield movie, is how they made a big deal about how Odie is not going to be speaking, but he's not voiced by Greg Berger, by the way, in the movie, like how he did in like almost every other Garfield thing. And like, well, what are you talking about? Odie never talks to begin with, so I don't know. You could have had Greg back in the role of Odie. Have at least one original voice actor from the franchise in there. Like how Scoob had the decency to bring back Frank Welker as Scooby-Doo, even though he's not voicing Fred in it. Oh, Rick, welcome. And Kristen, yes, nice to have you here too. And yeah, Rick is saying that Willie Mays also did make it to his 100th birthday. Yeah, and that's unfortunate. Oh yeah, Zombieland. I think that's a movie with Bill Murray saying that he regrets Garfield. Thank you, Daniel. Let's see. SpongeBob is saying that, I wonder that now, since the Tat Communications Company logo is found, you can finally remake it in a future installment of Classic Logo Remake Party. Not the 7th one that's coming, but a different future one. Since the 3rd one was going to be sold, but it was intentionally incomplete. Yeah, exactly, back when the logo was still lost. Yeah, I may consider it. Just a reminder that I'm not taking any more requests for Classic Logo Remake Party 7. I want to work with what I've already had on my list, and even then I had to sort in the amount of logos I want to make because the project's already been delayed. But for sure, I'm doing my best to make it be done this year for 2025. Let's see. Oh yeah, exactly. Kristen's pointing out how it's a good thing that Colleen, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce Colleen's last name. But yeah, she reprised her role as Tails, just like how Frank Welker came back as Scooby-Doo for Scoob. Yes. Okay, moving on. Oh, okay, so we have here Primos, which a lot of people were upset about for reasons that I'm not going to go into details on tonight. But when it actually came out last July, people warmed up to it. A lot of people thought it was pretty good, and I've seen it for myself. I don't want to give away too much of my opinion on it because I have planned on sharing my thoughts of it more expanded on it in my own video, but I did enjoy it based on the few episodes that I saw of it last fall. Let's see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Yeah, it's okay, Rick, that classical remake Party 7 was delayed. Let's see if there's anything else I missed. The random deepers accent, if I have any favorite movie of last year. Oh, we'll get to it. It's in the slideshow. But let's see what's next. Oh, okay, so here's one that isn't anybody's favorite movie. Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie. Which, it was okay, from what I saw of it. There are some, redeeming qualities of it. I don't know, I liked how we got to see learn more about Sandy, like seeing her family, for example. Most of the family members are voiced by Gray DeWile because, of course, he'd do that. He's absolutely awesome and talented. But, I don't know, like, for sure, I didn't expect it to be as good as the first movie or the second movie, but it turned out to be slightly more underwhelming than even the third one, with worse animation too. But again, I don't hate it as much as what our people do. Oh yeah, Sponge Out Water, like I just mentioned, is better than Saving Bikini Bottom. Oh, let's see. I say Sponge on the Run has more memorable moments. I also like the animation style in that one, and also the celebrity cameos, with my favorite probably being Snoop Dogg's, because, well, who would expect Snoop Dogg to be in the SpongeBob movie, right? Oh yeah, SpongeBob say that, speaking of that, isn't it ironic that Gray DeWile has been doing voice work in the SpongeBob spin-offs, but not the main series itself? I think technically she has voiced in the main series itself, because there's the Christmas special, which I believe is part of the main series, like how the original stop motion special from 2012 is lumped in with the main series too, I believe. So yeah, Gray DeWile reprised her role as Sandy's family member, specifically her mother, grandmother, and okay, so the two younger squirrels, are they Sandy's cousins or her siblings or niece, nephew? I forgot. But yeah, those two. Let's see. What is my favorite art commission that I drew in 2024? Norbert's asking. Let's see. One that comes to mind is the one that I did for Kristen Freddy's, based on the classic SpongeBob episode, since we are on the topic of SpongeBob. Chocolate with Nuts, with Tom the Fist yelling, "Chocolate!" I absolutely love how that one turned out. And of course, I have to mention one of the two big art commissions you ordered, Norbert. Out of the two, I have to say the one that crosses over Beauty and the Beast, the Brave Little Toaster, and the Babaroos. I really love how that turned out. With how I drew like all of the characters. See if there's anything else I'm missing. Whoopsie's asking my opinion on Dora the Explorer. I liked it as a kid, but I haven't seen the new version of it yet. Because I'm not into like the newest preschool shows. Oh yeah, I thought so. Gray reprised her role as her Camp Coral characters in the Creepaway Camp episode of SpongeBob. Yeah, I saw that this year, or last year technically. Yeah, it was decent, and I do like how it was dedicated to Peter Bennett, who was an important artist on the show, and I believe he's also the person who portrayed Hans, the disembodied hand on the show, who you see in every episode because, he appears in the intro. Oh, let's see. Oh, okay, so here's another anime movie that a lot of people don't really care for. Moana 2, which, yeah, speaking of Beauty and the Beast, they're basically doing what they did with Belle's Magical World, where they took what was intended to be a TV series, a streaming series for Disney Plus to be exact, and then be like, like the other sequels that we have in store, we don't have them ready yet for 2024, so I don't know, let's take this mostly complete series for Disney Plus is just dumping into theaters. I haven't seen Moana 2 yet to form my own opinion, although I do really like the first movie, and I'm doing my best to avoid spoilers, especially when it comes to whether or not Schaefer, aka Tamatoa, is even makes a if there's some sort of reference to Tamatoa in Moana 2. No spoilers in the comments, by the way. Let's see. Okay, yeah, this is one of the shows I've been watching last December. The Fairy Odd Parents, Fairy Odd, no, not Fairy Odd, no. I haven't even seen I haven't seen a full episode of Fairy Odder, which was the live action spin-off thing, but for sure, A New Wish, The Fairy Odd Parents, A New Wish, infinitely better. Just infinitely better for sure. And yeah, I watched it on Netflix, and I thought it was a pretty good revival of the classic Fairy Odd Parents series, and how I like what it does with, putting a new spin on it. Well, also like being its own thing. I don't know, probably not making too much references to the old show. I don't know, I'm still like, I think I watched the first 6 or 7 episodes of it thus far. But yes, I really like it. I really like the character of Hazel. And her parents, I will say this, I absolutely love how they're not neglectful nitwits like Timmy Turner's parents. Oh yeah, exactly. McGee and Me is way better than the Fairy Odd Parents, Fairy Odder. And also, McGee and Me is better than the Stanley Dynamic. If anybody remembers that show, I believe I mentioned it before, which is another live action anime hybrid series. Let's see. Oh, by the way, SpongeBoy, I'm still trying to process what you told me about the Fairy Odd Parents, A New Wish. But basically, you guys are pointing out how, yeah, Nickelodeon aired all up to the 20 episodes for season 1, and yet Netflix only has the first 10. When it's distributed as Netflix original, which, I don't know, doesn't really make sense to me. Like, the whole season has aired on cable TV already, but when distributed as the Netflix original, they still have to do that thing where they split apart like a single season order to give the illusion that, hey, this is season 1 and this is season 2, but no, this is really season 1. I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Norbert said that McGee and Me came out in 1989, which is over 3 decades before Fairy Odder, and yeah, its integration with animation live action is way better. Yes, hang on. We're gonna be putting somebody in timeout. Jacob here. There we go. Okay, it's been taken care of. Thanks for letting me know, guys. Okay, so moving on, we got Despicable Me 4. Yeah, I can't believe they made a 4th one. Technically, the 6th movie because of the 2 Minions prequels. I think it was slightly better than the 3rd movie, but nothing too extraordinary. I'll have to rewatch it on Prime Video, but one thing that I remember about Despicable Me 4, and I tweeted it a while ago, is how there's a Blink or You'll Miss It cow and chicken reference, where there's a chase in a grocery store and there was a cardboard cutout of a cow that looks very similar to Cow from Cow and Chicken, and unsurprisingly, David Weiss is a storyboard artist on Despicable Me 4. So yeah, that was like one memorable part. Yeah, the most memorable part of Despicable Me 4 is that Easter egg, and also the song that Pharrell did, which is basically a diss track towards Drake. Oh yeah, Albert Fifal said it's gonna be away for 6 months. I'm trying to remember if you mentioned that before, But once you enter your hiatus of War 3000, like I hope you have a good one. Let's see. Oh, Fairy Princess Valentine, welcome. Yes, I believe I did hint that I hinted before, like maybe while I was replying to Inky, that I will be doing a New Year's Day stream. Yeah, just looking back on what happened last year and chatting with you guys, and so far this has been a really good discussion. So yeah, nice to have you here, Sierra. Okay, The Wild Robot, which people are saying that it is the best DreamWorks movie, at least since Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Especially like after coming off of the mediocrity of Kung Fu Panda 4, and there's also Orion in the Dark, which I haven't seen yet, but I'll check it out on Netflix after the stream. But The Wild Robot, I haven't seen this movie yet either, but I hear excellent things about it. And I don't know, I kind of think that it's another one of those movies where it's like, oh look, it's another anime movie about a giant sentient friendly robot, and I'm just thinking, oh, the Iron Giant. But no, I'm sure it's very different from the Iron Giant beyond just having a robot, a friendly looking robot. The visuals are beautiful for sure, and it's Chris Sanders, by the way. This is a hot take, but I know a lot of people like How to Train Your Dragon as far as the filmography goes for Chris Sanders at DreamWorks, but I don't know, I prefer The Croods. I find that to be a more entertaining film. Oh, Steven, yes, Happy New Year to you too. Norbert's accent, of the review requests that I've completed so far, which one's my favorite? I don't know, I think I enjoy a toss-up between the Franklin's Magic Christmas review that I did for you, Norbert, mainly because, you know, it's a nostalgic Christmas special for me, and I get to talk about Nelvana's childhood cartoons. And also, I really enjoyed the My Wife as a Teenage Robot review that I did for Kristen Frady's. That one gave me a spark of a little spark of interest and want to get more into the show, and that's part of why like I made sure that I got the show's sketchbook as a gift. And yeah, Teenage Robot is a beautiful looking show, and I enjoy talking about how it is a perfect pilot to the show, even though I'm still kind of casual with my love for it. I'm still a bit on the casual side, but I hope to watch more episodes of Teenage Robot. Oh, let's see. What else do we have? Oh yeah, that's true. Thank you for reminding me, Plus Blue. It is the last, The Wild Robot is the last DreamWorks animation movie to be fully produced in-house. The next one, Dogman, which I saw the trailer for, it looks really cute and fun. It's gonna be outsourced. It kind of like how like the movie based on like the book that's related to it, Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, that was outsourced too, I believe. Okay, so this, yes, to answer your question, Random Deeper, this is my favorite movie of 2024, Inside Out 2, which I saw in the theaters, and you can look for my unscripted first impressions of it after coming out the theater room. And yeah, I expected it to be a great sequel to the first Inside Out, and I don't know if I put it above it, but it is one of the best Pixar sequels in a while for sure. The best Pixar sequel since Incredibles 2, I say. Yes, I do think Incredibles 2 is a great movie, like as great as the first one, honestly. But yeah, Inside Out 2 was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the new emotions, especially anxiety and ennui, and also Wolfie. If I'm getting his name correctly, the 2D animated preschool show dog was a lot of fun, and his talking Pouchy, I loved him as well. Let's see. Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry, I misread your question on Norbert. Yeah, he's saying that he asks which of the things that I reviewed is my favorite, not what's not the review themselves that I did. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think out of all of them, I think My Wife Has a Teenage Robot pilot was the most enjoyable out of all of them, honestly. I see there's Ace else I'm missing. Yeah, the only downside with Inside Out 2 is that the film suffered from a trouble production since the animators suffered from crunch time and a lot of them got laid off. Yeah, it's a similar situation to what happened with Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, like that controversy in 2023. Yeah, I still can't believe that Pixar, being the most famous feature animation studio that specializes in CGI, they're not unionized. Yeah, I can't believe that. Oh yeah, but a good thing about Inside Out 2 is that it beat the Lion King remake as the highest grossing anime movie of all time. Even though I'm part of the minority who actually enjoyed watching the Lion King 2019 remake, even though obviously the 1994 movie is massively superior. I haven't seen the Mufasa movie from last December yet, by the way. Oh yes, speaking of controversies in the animation industry, yes, what we have here is the animation workers ignited initiative. Basically, we have these short films that are partially produced by Alex Hurst from Gravity Falls. Basically, tell you to support the animation guild so that the workers and studios who are like working under the guild, they get better compensation, better treatment from like the higher ups. And yes, not to be going into too much detail on that, but yeah, I know that for a moment they didn't strike a deal, but I heard recently, and it was thanks to you, Daniel, for letting me know, that they may have struck a deal. Like, they have struck a deal to improve the animation guild, all of that good stuff, like, by the year 2027, I believe. So yes, to my fellow animators, make sure that you have a great 2025. Let's see if things will be improving in the animation industry. Let's see. Okay, which show is better, Primo's or Stu Go? Oh yeah, I heard that Disney show Stu Go. That has it come out yet? I don't think I heard anything about it since it was announced and when they showed like the sneak peeks of it. I don't know. I have to look into it. But if it has come out, I haven't seen it yet. So by default, I'm going with Primo's. And yes, the Speed Racer episode of Dexter's Laboratory is currently playing. And yeah, fun fact, Speed Racer is an inspiration for Craig McCracken, like when he was doing the Powerpuff Girls. Mojo Jojo is inspired by the way the characters on Speed Racer talk so fast. Let's see. Fairy Princess Valentine saying, even though I still don't have any female fictional crushes, or at least that I know of, I prefer my gals extra thick. Yes, I'll never grow tired of that Samurai Jack reference. Let's see what else is here. Oh, okay, yes. I was hoping this would be next. The day the Earth blew up. I did a whole video talking about my first impressions on the teaser clip that we saw and praising the work of the animators. And it technically premiered, but it made its world premiere in France at the Annecy Festival, and it has aired, or rather, be released in other parts outside of North America. But this year, 2025, is going to be the year it's going to be in North America. Hopefully it'll be in my local theater. But just based on the clips that I've seen, I'm very, very confident that The Day the Earth Blew Up will be the best thing from the Looney Tunes franchise since, like the Looney Tunes cartoon series on HBO Max. Absolutely looks fantastic, and once again, a huge shout out to the crew behind it. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Norbert's asking if it's okay if he'll give a hint as to what his the next review request for him is. And his hint won't mention the network or studio. Okay, sir, yeah, you can leave your hint. Let's see. Another animation controversy that occurred that won't be discussed here is what happened to Mighty Magisaur's creator Kyle A. Carosa. And due to his actions, he was uncredited on A New Wish when he worked as a storyboard artist. Although I did see his name, not during the credits of the episodes individually, but the overall credits for the show, I saw his name appear in the full credits for the show. But yeah, that news about him was disturbing, even as somebody who hasn't really watched Mighty Magisaur myself. Okay, so the hint is, I got the power! Yeah, so you guys do your guessing on what Norbert is referring to with that hint for the next review request for him. Yes, Inky, Akira Toriyama has died March of last year, along with the creator of the Backyardigans. Yeah, again, we're going to be talking about the unfortunate passing soon. Alright, Invincible Fight Girl. I've seen this one, just the first episode of it. The first time I watched it was on an Adult Swim YouTube stream where they were airing sneak peeks of their upcoming stuff. And yes, I like the visuals of Invincible Fight Girl for sure. It is very anime inspired, and even as somebody who's pretty casual with anime, I thought the Cartoon Network Studios pulled off the look pretty well. Oh, let's see. Sports Boys say that not to mention the Pizza trio from the episode Pizza is now voiced by Grey DeWile in the Netflix version of the episode of A New Wish, and Kyle Carosa was originally the voice. Yeah, and speaking of Grey on that show, I do like the principal character, who I thought at first was Principal Waxaplex from the original Fairly Odd Parents, but no, it's supposed to be a different character who happens to be voiced by Grey, and with a similar design. Okay, now this show I've seen all of on Disney Plus, Iwaju, which I don't know how many of you have seen it on Disney Plus, but it is a very beautiful looking series, a sci-fi futuristic series that is produced in cooperation with Disney's animation studio and also some African studios as well. I believe it's co-produced in Nigeria, either Nigeria or South Africa. Yes, I absolutely love the character designs and the visuals. It ought to be a show that I rewatch more closely. And they also have a behind-the-scenes documentary too. I love when shows and movies have a behind-the-scenes documentary with the cast and crew discussing how they put their hard work together. Let's see. If I heard of Hoops and Yo-Yo, they're getting back to be popular recently. Oh really? Yeah, I remember Hoops and Yo-Yo for their Christmas special. I know they're a pair of American greetings characters, or Hallmark, one of those greeting card companies. But yeah, I remember their Christmas special from years ago. This cute cat and bunny duo. But yeah, that's the most I have to say about them. Okay, we have here The Wild House, No Time to Spy. That's the latest movie from the franchise that was aired on Paramount Plus. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm confident that it may be even better than the first Wild House movie that was released on Netflix. From the feelings that I get based on like, I don't know, I haven't really watched reviews of it. I don't want any spoilers, but I don't know, I have this weird feeling that it might be even more critically acclaimed than the first Wild House movie. But I have seen the Casa Grande's movie, which I'll get into in a moment. Okay, yes. So I did say that Aardman has something coming up that I want to talk about, and it is Wallace and Gromit, their grand return 35 years after their debut in A Grand Day Out. Vengeance Most Foul, which has already been released in Britain, so to my British viewers, no spoilers please, it's gonna be on Netflix elsewhere in a couple of days, so I'm gonna be looking forward to that. But based on the trailers, I'm excited. I'm excited for the return of Frederick McGraw, that badass penguin over there, who is the best antagonist in the Wallace and Gromit franchise. I really enjoy the Wallace and Gromit shorts, and I do like Curse of the Rare Rabbit as well, which will be turning 20 years old this 2025. So let me know what your favorite short from Wallace and Gromit is. Okay, yeah, here it is, the Casa Grande's movie. This movie surprised me, honestly. I watched it on Netflix, and I may enjoy slightly more than the first one, the first Wild House movie, I should say. And this comes from someone who occasionally watched the Casa Grandes, but didn't leave that much of an impact on me. It's barely memorable, but this one's surprisingly awesome with, I don't know, it's kind of predictable with the story, but enjoyable nonetheless, and I say the visuals justify itself in being a TV show turned into a movie adaptation, even more so than the first Wild House movie. So yeah, like, I will say that I absolutely am surprised that the Casa Grandes was able to outdo the Wild House, the main Wild House series, this way. Let's see. Okay, speaking of movies on Netflix, Orion and the Dark, which I don't really hear people talk about, and I myself have yet to see it, but like I mentioned, I'm planning to watch it on Netflix soon. Let me know if you actually seen it in the chat. No spoilers though. What else? Okay, another DreamWorks movie that is more well known, but not with the best reception, and unfortunately, just like with Inside Out 2, it's another one with some trouble production behind it. It is Kung Fu Panda 4, which, I don't know, I've always been casual with Kung Fu Panda. Never been too crazy about it, even though the first two movies are considered to be among DreamWorks' best. The third one is considered to be decent, and the fourth one over here is considered to be even worse, actually. Oh yeah, also, but one thing I do know about it, aside from like the trouble production and how like the Furious Five, you know, Poe's teammates were basically added in at the last minute, is how like it's another anime movie with Aquafina in it, which I don't dislike Aquafina or anything, but yeah, her over reliance into being in animated movies these days, as far as celebrity voices go, it's really something. Oh yes, I have heard of Gentry Chow and the Underworld, or versus the Underworld, I should say. Another piece of animation that premiered in 2024 on Netflix. Yes, I've definitely heard of it, but I haven't seen it yet. It's an action, girl-powered, anime-inspired series, just like Invincible Fight Girl. But yeah, I'll have to check that one out too. Oh yeah, speaking of Jack Black, there was the trailer for the Minecraft movie. I barely have any knowledge on Minecraft to begin with, so I don't know. Let's see. Kristen said, didn't Aquafina make Death Threats? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know about that allegation, but honestly, it's good I don't know about that allegation, because that means they'll have to go into any more details about that. Oh yeah, Totally Spies got its revival last year too, but I'm trying to remember, what's Jennifer Hale reprised her role as Sam? Or no, I think she got replaced. Oh, I think it's Jennifer Hale's birthday today. If so, happy birthday to her. And also to, I saw on Twitter that Mr. Lawrence, aka Plankton, and Filbert, and also Edward from Camp Laswell, and many other characters, that it's his birthday today too. I was reminded of that fact on Twitter. So yeah, happy birthday to those amazing actors. Okay, so the last one I have on my slideshow to talk about is rock, paper, scissors, which I've seen a little bit of, and easily my favorite thing about it is a clip that I saw on Twitter is where Scissors, who's voiced by Carlos Alice Rocky, by the way, does a reference to Rocco, and I pointed out on Twitter that I love how as Scissors was doing his Rocco impression, the credit for Conrad Vernon, who is best known for working at DreamWorks but previously worked on Rocco, like his name credit appeared as Scissors was doing the Rocco impression. I absolutely love that subtle nod to like Conrad's career. Well, I don't mean subtle like by itself, because if you know Rocco, you know that that is who Scissors is doing an impression of. But the fact that it's specifically being like, hey, this is a show that Conrad Vernon previously worked on, yeah, I thought that was amazing. But otherwise, I haven't seen much of it, but I like how Nickelodeon is promoting it pretty well as far as original Nicktoons that aren't based on SpongeBob or The Wild House are going. But then again, as I remember Mike's Toontown pointing out, they promoted Cat Scratch a lot in 2005. And look, it's now faded to obscurity. Okay, so right now in the background is the infamous Dad's Trophy joke. Okay, I think I'm just gonna let it play. Yes, I still can't believe they got away with that on Dexter's Lab. It's a top example of, it's basically a top example of a dirty joke in a kid's cartoon. Like you see the articles and videos counting down those type of stuff, right? You know, the ones that may have a picture from Ren and Stimpy where Ren is sawing the log that's sitting on Stimpy's butt, even though it's actually from Adult Party cartoon. Yeah. Okay, but on the topic of Nicktoons that premiered in 2024, there's also Max and the Midnights, which I totally forgot was going to be a thing, but I have not seen it, and I barely hear anybody talk about it, honestly. But I don't know if it might be canceled soon. I don't want to be pessimistic, but I don't know, it might be canceled soon, and maybe rock, paper, scissors, like hopefully it'll get more attention. Okay, so we're already gonna be an hour into the stream when I start recording, and yeah, not to mention Cat Scratch only lasted just one season, just like the X's, even though it technically took 2 years to air the entire series. Yep, well that's Nickelodeon for you. Well, at least the X's was able to finish its single season in 1 year. I think the date that it premiered was also the date that it ended just a year later when it comes to the X's. Yeah, Ratchet and Clank, it has a similar sense of humor with dirty jokes. It was made in season. How could I have known she was your sister? I don't know the full context of that quote actually, but yeah, that is an interesting one. Yeah, like I was saying, we're already close to an hour into the stream, right? So I think it's about time that we turn off this slideshow here and bring up some names, some people that we unfortunately lost in 2024. And I encourage you guys, including you, SpongeBoy, to bring up some people that I may not have in mind immediately, because again, so much we have lost. So yeah, feel free to help me out in the chat, the people that we have lost. But for sure, one who comes to mind right now is the legendary James Earl Jones, who we lost in September at age 93. He's Darth Vader, he's Mufasa, he appeared in all three segments of the first Treehouse of Horror on The Simpsons. He was the first guest star to appear on Sesame Street, specifically on the Sesame Street set itself, not counting Carol Burnett's cameo in the first episode, where it was recorded off of her own series set. So yes, I absolutely love James Earl Jones, as Mufasa especially, so it was a shock to hear that he passed away, and I heard about his death while watching Animat's Crazy Cartoon Cast on Twitch as it was live. So yeah, I was as disturbed as Animat and the people in the chat were. So yes, rest in peace to him. And yes, Akira Toriyama, he passed away. He's the creator of Dragon Ball. I haven't seen Dragon Ball really. Like I vaguely remember seeing the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Like for sure, I remember their Canadian intros, but still very acquainted with the impact Dragon Ball Z left on a lot of people, as well as the original Dragon Ball. Okay, Fairy Princess Valentine, you take care, and happy 2024 to you. Let's see. And not the only creator that we lost in May of 2024. There's also Janice Burgess, who created The Backyardigans, which is a show that I do have a lot of childhood memories of. It was unfortunate that she passed away like a day after her birthday. Like, is it awful how you turn another year older and then all of a sudden you're gone from this planet? That's awful. And there are quite a few other people who died so soon after their birthday. There's also legendary actress Shelley Duvall, who passed away in July of 2024. I best remember her for being in The Shining, which I best remember for the Simpsons parody on Treehouse of Horror. And also there's also Richard Simmons, the curly-haired workout guy. He passed away so soon after his birthday as well. And who else are we missing here? Oh yes, there's also Quincy Jones, the legendary music producer. And I was rewatching the Michael Jackson Thriller music video that he helped produce during Halloween, because I kind of see it as the Halloween national anthem, that song. But yeah, and it was like some weeks after that was when I heard Quincy Jones passed away. And you may have seen in the community tab that one of the logos for Classic Logo Remake Party 7 is going to be paying tribute to him. Yes, Peter Bennett from SpongeBob, he passed away, like I mentioned. And again, he's also the person who portrayed Hans, the disembodied hand who we see in the intro and episodes like Suds from season 1. And he's not the only one from SpongeBob who passed away. There's also Andy Powley, if I'm saying his name right. He is the guy who gave us The Best Day Ever, among other SpongeBob songs. He passed away in November. And another animation person who passed away in November that I learned about is also Bob McKnight, who is a really good character designer and animator layout artist for mostly Warner Bros. Animation Productions. He most recently worked on The Day the Earth Blew Up. So yeah, I heard about him, I think it was when I was talking to, what's his name, Robert Griggs, who is another awesome Warner Bros. Artist, and he brought up how, yes, Paley, yes, thank you for reminding me, SpongeBoy, and Andy Paley, rest in peace to him, and to Bob McKnight, who, yeah, Robert Griggs, another awesome Warner Bros. Animation artist, he brought up how he was mentored by Bob McKnight. So yes. Oh, and Dan Hennessy, thank you for reminding me about him too. Canadian voice acting legend who voiced Foster Bear in Little Bear and Braveheart Lion on Care Bears. and the Chief from Inspector Gadget, among many other Canadian cartoon characters, mostly for Nelvana. And yes, Richard M. Sermon. And again, I watched the Mary Poppins documentary, Disney Plus, and I saw that he created an extra verse for It's a Small World. Yes, on the bright side, he's able to reunite with his brother Robert Sermon. So yes, rest in peace to that amazing songwriter. I absolutely love the songs that he did for The Jungle Book and for the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Okay. Yes, let's keep the memoriam going. Please continue to remind me of 8 people that I may be missing. We're already over an hour in the stream, so unfortunately I'm not going to have time to do a doodle for the stream since it's already late where I'm at. But yeah, we'll be finishing it off by naming some more people who have passed away unfortunately. And just to thank you guys for a great year, 2024, and also to see what's gonna be happening in this year. Oh, James. I don't think I welcomed you to the stream yet, but yes, I'm definitely aware of the local YouTuber, No Entertainment. I absolutely love his satirical logo countdown videos. Oh yes, Philip Williams, another Canadian voice actor from several Nelvana cartoons, including Cyber Chase and Sticking Around and Miss Spider Sunny Past Friends and Roly Poly. Yeah, those characters I do remember, and some of them are pretty nostalgic, especially of the shows you mentioned. I'm most nostalgic for Miss Spider, Roly Poly, and Sticking Around. So yeah, rest in peace to Philip. And yeah, it's ironic that the voice of Buzz from Cyber Chase, both of his voice actors have passed away. The other one being Len Carlson, who passed away many years ago. Okay, let's see. Yes, Smile and Friends absolutely is peak comedy. And another one of my favorite episodes is one with the rotoscope guy. I forgot his name, but I remember his video where Curious George was dying in the hospital and he was talking to the man with the yellow hat. But yeah, that guy, he made a guest appearance on Smile and Friends, and the fight between him and his brother is supposed to be dramatic, but end up being hilarious because of the cheap rotoscoping. Let's see, we got Matthew here. Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year to you too. Oh, let's see. Animation sculptor Kent Melton. To be honest, I'm not too familiar with him, but I assume he's a person who makes maquettes. And oh yes, Dabney Coleman, who voiced Principal Prickly from Recess. I totally forgot about him. Yes, I thank you for reminding me, Sponge Boy. Yeah, I rewatched some episodes of Recess in 2024. Like after hearing that he passed away, including the one where TJ was temporarily principal. Yes, thank you for reminding me, Sponge Boy. So yes, rest in peace to all of those legends, all of the people who died untimely. And I don't know, if I collab with Baby One Creations yet, I don't know. I may one of these days cooperate with Simon. I absolutely love to. He's a really good piano player, and he's also hilarious with his own sense of humor. Oh my god, yes! Peter Renedy, I forgot about him. Oh my god, like as an Evil Concarne fan, I so thought about him because he's the voice of Abraham Lincoln on that show, as well as on Billy and Mandy and Animaniacs, and also at the Hall of Presidents at Disneyland or Disney World. And he loves playing Abraham Lincoln as much as Ed Asner loves playing Santa Claus. And yes, he's also the original voice of Splinter in the Turtles cartoon. And Ken Page, yes, Oogie Boogie from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Yes, thank you for reminding me about him too. And yes, I was able to watch his musical performance as Oogie Boogie on The Nightmare Before Christmas. Yes, thank you, Spuds Boy, for reminding me of the people that I may have been missing. Oh, I just remember somebody else. Rachel Williams, I believe that's her name. She's the voice of Misty and Jessie from Pokemon. Again, like, not too crazy about Pokemon myself, but obviously I can't deny the impact that the series has left. The whole franchise has left, actually. And I know a lot of fans of Pokemon do like Misty and also Jessie. So yes, I have to acknowledge Rachel as well. I believe she was battling cancer. Yeah, cancer sucks. Yeah, pick open that cricket. I've seen it, and oh my god, Bob Newhart. How can I forget about Bob Newhart? Yes, I love him as Bernard in The Rescuers Down Under. Also the first Rescuers movie too, but I prefer the sequel. He's also Papa Elf in Elf as well. Oh my god, how can I forget about Bob Newhart? I feel bad. But yes, I'm gonna have to be wrapping up in a moment. So yes, probably should turn this off. I'll probably bring back the montage as I close out. But yes, thank you, Spuds Boy, for reminding me of the people who have passed away that I may have been missing. And there's still a lot who I may be missing, but yeah, there's only so many that I could acknowledge for this stream. But once again, rest in peace to everybody who died, unfortunately. But hey, let's not continue being negative like this. Let's be optimistic about what this year has to offer. Yes, a lot of good things that are expected to happen. I don't know, I can't really think of too much right now, but I don't know, I probably will say for this channel over here, yes, for sure, expect Classic Logo Remake Part 7 to be finished whenever I'm able to. And also more reviews, like as Norbert was pointed out in the chat. There's gonna be more reviews coming out. I'm really grateful for the success of the coffee review requests. And yeah, and also we're close to 10,000 subscribers, so I'm expecting that milestone to occur this 2025. Let me know what I should do for 10,000 subscribers. In fact, that should be a poll I should do, actually, sometime later. So yeah, basically, what I hope for 2025, that will be another successful year for content, and that it will be another safe and healthy and successful year to a lot of you guys who are watching, who have been dedicated subscribers and supporters and followers of mine. And yes, Spuds Boy, I will make a New Year's resolution to watch all of Captain Flamingo. It is a pretty good show. A decent show from what I watch. Yes, you take care of yourself, best bro. And Happy New Year to you too, James. So yeah, everybody, I'm gonna be wrapping up now. And make sure, if you're new, you subscribe for more content like this. And that you hit the like button. So it'll help the algorithm and all that good stuff. So thank you guys for tuning in for this casual stream. And see you all throughout the rest of the year, of course. What else I have in store and all of that good stuff. Alrighty, take care, everybody.
Cartoon Network.
Here are my predictions for New Year. Prediction number 1. There'll be a new Putting Out the Cat champion next year. And 3-time winner Horace Minky will lose by a whisker to newcomer Cat Duke Philbottom at the Putting Out the Cat championship in Brussels, Belgium. Prediction number 2. Citizens of New York City will be shocked and amazed as this crazy woman goes flying across the Manhattan skyline, hanging by her teeth. When asked why she did such a dumb thing, the woman will proclaim, "Somebody call me a dentist!" Prediction number 3. Prince Charles of England will decree that henceforth he will be known as Kenworthy. And whenever you say his name, you have to spin around twice and eat a grape. 2 weeks later, the people will declare, "Boy, that Kenworthy is crazy." And they spin around and eat grapes. Prediction number 4. I predict baby number 4 will get his ear pinched. What'd I tell you? Eat your heart out, young Warwick! You and your psychic friend.
Cartoon Network.
Here are my predictions.